Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just had a kind of unfortunate death, and this lady is in charge right now. She's not great, but what she does bring is Castile. We're going to get a chunk of Castile anyway in the succession here, so that's absolutely great. We're low in our domain limit, no doubt about that, and we are also committed to this crusade that just started up for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. We're not going to participate. Pro tip, we're not going. That's not going to be a thing. So we need to work up our domain limit. We need to ideally get this this injury fixed. That would be ideal. We're feeling fine at this point, so that's okay. We're making 15.8 gold per month, which is not amazing, but we need to start working up some of these buildings here. We'll build this one to boost up our station men-at-arms toughness. That'll be fine. I would also like eventually to upgrade our training fields here to continue to boost our archer damage. We want to continue to get our men-at-arms optimized. Oh, this is so much stress. Okay, that's 55 stress. It's way less than 220. That's for sure. So we're going to need some cash to get all that done, and we're not making cash at all speedily. Do we indulge in drink here? Yes. Yes, we do. So we lose 36 stress there. It's not all of it by any means. We should also maybe consider... Oh, feasts are too expensive right now. I don't want to do a feast at this moment. Okay, losing 9 stress or 27 stress. We would lose 60 gold. But that would bring us down a stress level. So for now, we'll do that for this moment. I really don't like doing that. This ruler is very awkward for us. So we're just going to have to... We're going to have to hope that this ends up succeeding fairly soon. To be honest, we may want to work towards that, which would mean not dropping our stress levels. That may not be the worst idea. We know that this guy's on a stewardship education focus. He is inbred, which is very unhelpful. So it's probably going to be 2 lives here that are going to be problematic. That's probably going to end up being the case. We may want to consider conquering some additional territory at this point. Something like Alsark. That's a lot of alliances. These guys are allied together. Okay, so it would end up being something kind of like this. We would just do a struggle clash over here, although that's a lot of prestige. But Iberian Reclamation would be a little less, but that would be a vassalization. This would also be a vassalization. Okay. Well, this directly says we would vassalize the Sheik. This says we would vassalize the contested title, destroying any titles the holder has that are equal or higher tier than your own. Okay. Well, I think I'd go for this anyway. It's cheaper, and we're going to want to have them vassalized anyway, right? So we're going to do this. We can't do this until the Great Holy War starts. It already started. 12 months ago. What is that actually going to mean, then? This has already started. When it starts, this war will end inconclusively. Let's do it anyway, and we'll see what happens. So we're going to raise up all of our forces here, and in we go. We'll have no problem fighting him here. Unpredictable sounds good. We know that this is a surprise birthday party, but we're going to repel out the window regardless. Beautiful. We definitely need to boost up our men-at-arms. No doubt about that. But ultimately, we're mostly hamstrung right now by our ruler. She just doesn't have great traits. And I don't expect the next ruler to have great traits either. Because unfortunately, he got that inbred trait, and it's just not going to be great. It's not going to be. We did just discover hereditary rule, so that's something. So that would have been this here, of course. Royal prerogative is being worked on next. That's pretty good. We're okay with that. They're going to walk in and attack us here. They get to be the defender. So they get a lot of decent advantages here in these hills, and with us besieging. It's not enough, but they do get quite a bit there. So that's absolutely fine, right? We're not shocked about that. As soon as the siege is over, the war is going to be over as well. It seems like this guy didn't actually join. Was never called in. Phenomenal. So that's all great, right? We're definitely going to get this siege completed and grab this territory. They'll be vassalized, so it's not going to be a huge amount of income for us. But that's definitely going to be a little bit of extra power. And we're going to disband these troops. They will take time to return home, but we are not going to Jerusalem. That is not a thing that we're going to do right now. So we grabbed a little bit of extra territory here. Barcelona, what religion are you? You're Catholic? Okay, noted. Kingdom titles. We do have a kingdom level title. That is definitely a thing that we have. So we could go after the Duchy of Barcelona with just a struggle clash. That's not ideal. Do we have to be an unfriendly religion to do the Iberian Reclamation? Yes, we do. So that would be something that we would end up doing against, say, Al-Sark here. Never mind. We can't do it against Al-Sark because that's a kingdom tier realm, I guess. So it would end up being, like, over here. Even that's just a struggle clash. Okay, noted. So I guess I don't fully understand how it's determined what we can do there. But that's fine. That is completely okay. For the time being, I want to get a blacksmith upgrade going over here. Do we want to attend this hunt? An elaborate ploy, huh? Do we want to attend this hunt? We may not arrive in time. And there's a lot of danger between here and there. Let's not do that for now. Okay, that'll be fine for the moment. Prisoners can be ransomed, and we definitely will do so. Man. So much stress. All the time. We have the worst traits. Okay, so we're going to... Yep, you can stay generous. That's fine. I don't want to get more stress here. Well, actually, maybe we do want to get more stress, because like I said, dying is not the worst thing for this character. Well, let's take a quick look at what the succession would look like. Yeah, this is perfect. So dying is not a bad thing for this character. I'm going to grab Divided Attention here, which would allow us to revoke a couple of titles, and I think we're going to do it here, in our military duchy. So we would look to... Yeah, the Crusade was lost. It's shocking, I know. I'm going to demand conversion from this guy. And he refused, but that's a crime. So that gives us a reason to do this. And we're going to assume that he does not accept imprisonment, right? We're going to raise all of our troops here. It should, in theory, only be him. Yes. We're going to raise all of our troops up, and we're going to go in and attack him here. And we're going to start specializing this county into being something. Possibly like spearmen? Oh, the game froze. The game crashed. Okay, well, I guess we're going to go back to the last autosave, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, so here we are with the game back at the last autosave, and from here we know that we wanted to demand this guy. He looks slightly different. We wanted to demand him to convert, and we're going to use that as a reason. And yeah, I wanted to boost up these archers. Was there anything else that we did? We've already conquered this area over here. No, we're not going to bargain for his soul. We don't actually want him to convert. All we want to do at this point is revoke his title. Actually, we want to imprison him. 4% chance. We want to drop our rally point here, and I think this is basically everything that we had done up until this point, hopefully. We're taking longer to raise up, but I think that's because we got this done a little quicker. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the case. So we're just here slightly rolling in filth, huh? We actually don't care about a minor penalty to our health here. That seems fine. How could I ever forget? Okay. So we're raising up our troops. They're going to arrive here eventually. Oh, this guy has an alliance with Al-Sark this time. That didn't happen previously. But I'll send troops to your aid immediately. Definitely. The war will be over before that actually happens. For the record. So 17 months here and 9 months here. Okay, show this guy in his 50 gold in. Your oaths are all that matter to me. There we go. They got a breach, unfortunately. Now we got a breach. They're sieging much faster than we are. This siege doesn't necessarily matter, though. The main problem is that we're 16 months away from this siege. What do they have for siege engines? That's my question right now. Ah, if the game hadn't have crashed, this would have... man, lock open. Okay, I guess we can't look. Fantastic. If the game hadn't have crashed, we would not be in this situation. Okay, there's divided attention, so we did need that. That's definitely a thing. We could call Castile into this. And we'll do that, but he barely has any troops. So that's definitely a thing. 9 months on this siege and 3 months here. Yeah, there's the defeat for the Crusade. That's fine. We should be able to win against these guys even with Al-Sark being involved here. In theory. So the Pope is not swayed. That's fine. Due to our womanly status, this guy granted the Count of Navarra a claim on the Duchy of Aragon. Okay. Well, that's not going to go well for him. I guess that's a thing that the Pope can theoretically do. So now he's going to walk over here and fight us here. The real question is... wait, is he? Is he going to our capital? No. Okay. So the real question now is, do we want to bring in, like, mercenaries or something? These are all very expensive. Yeah, that would put us into debt. It may end up being necessary to hold this location. So I'd like to see what he has for men-at-arms, and now we should be able to do that. That's a lot of cavalry, heavy infantry, archers. Cavalry, archers. So there's a lot of cavalry, in other words. So we would need to hire... I mean, heavy infantry counter spearmen, right? They don't have spearmen. So we'd need to hire, like, some cavalry to help counter their archers. Would be about the best we can do. Yes, this will put us in debt. We're going to hire these guys and head on in here. Okay, our husband is attempting to seduce us. Sure, that seems fine. Cool. So now I think they're no longer willing to come in down here and attack us. They're heading up towards Castile, which is absolutely fine. Okay, the Pope has granted the Count of Vizcaya a claim on the Kingdom of Navarra. Very rude. Could you stop it, Pope? The Pope is a jerk, by the way. Actually, we'll become severely injured here. I don't mind dying soon. Dying would be good here, actually. Especially since we're pregnant right now. Well, a pregnancy is... that could theoretically be a problem. We're going to finish the siege. Okay, the wound is infected. We're now dying. This is good. This is what we want. The war's over. We're going to enforce those demands. And we're going to disband our troops. We're then going to revoke this guy's title. That gains us stress, which boosts us up a stress level, which will not help us live longer. That's good. We want to not live at this point. That would be ideal. We do need to increase control over this way, although we need to tick it first. There we go. And that all looks relatively good. So down here, we're going to need to change these over eventually. We are currently dying, and this is good. We want to die. That would be ideal. We want to succeed and have this guy take over. Then the question is, what happens to the King of Castile? He'll probably remarry, and he might have additional children, which might result in this being more split up than it currently would be, which would be non-ideal, but it's not the end of the world. No, I don't want to spend gold on this. Stop wasting my time. That does cause us to lose stress, unfortunately. Court grandeur level decreasing is irrelevant. We need to come out of debt at this point. So this ransom is acceptable. That will definitely help us come out of debt, but it's not going to be the ultimate solution. Now, the next question is, what else can we revoke back, right? Because we're at 6 out of 7. Well, we need to figure out what's going to happen with this guy. He's a thrifty clerk and is already married. That's non-ideal. And we lived long enough to have a son. That is also non-ideal. Well, we'll have to do this again. Well, we don't have to, but we're going to. Now, that gets our stress level way up, which should, in theory, hopefully kill us soon. Hopefully. This life is not going tremendously well, but we knew it wouldn't. This is completely fine. This is just a temporary situation. We're near death. And the question is, when are we going to die? It should be soon. Checking in on our succession. There will be no problem here right now. None whatsoever. In theory. We just need to die. How much longer will this be? I don't know. And we're probably going to need to do something about Countess Margaret here. She's definitely non-ideal. This inbred trade is very non-ideal. Very, very non-ideal. Okay, there we go. So that's perfect. Now, we need to, of course, get a chancellor here. We need a steward. We need a spy master. That's all fine. Next, we're at 8 out of 5 domain. So I want to swap us over to stewardship here. We're going to be on domain focus for the time being. Just trying to counteract this trait here. We're going to need to... 28 gold. Or rather, 28 reasons to not get a divorce here. Hey, Pope. 150 gold? That's unfortunate. We need to sway our Archbishop and get him endorsing us. That's pretty major here for things that we need. Other things that we need. This domain limit needs to be solved in some way. Getting this back up to 8 would be ideal. But we don't need to hold this barony, that's for sure. And Leon here, we could actually grant out as well. Both of those are fine to grant out. Now, we are the heir to the Kingdom of Castile. So this guy's got to go, right? We could work on this. I don't know. There's 0 predicted agents. We might want to just let time take its course there. That might not be the worst of ideas. Now, we are Catholic and Castilian. So I do want to convert our culture. So we'll convert to local culture. We acknowledge who we are. We are Basque. There we go. That will be very helpful for us. Perfect. And one of the counts converted as well. So that's great. We're going to need to eventually get these guys stationed somewhere. And for now, here is better than nowhere, I guess, but it doesn't actually help us in any meaningful way. So for now, Alarcos is going to be a little bit slow in getting additional resources in. 17.7 gold per month is not bad for our current situation, but it could certainly be a lot better. Our domain limit is the primary issue now. So, what can we do about this situation? Our cultural traditions forbid divorce. I mean, we could just be like, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to have her on managed domain. She's bad at it. And at least that brings us to 6 of 6. Yeah, we definitely could do that. That is an option. So we would want to start getting this specialized, right? So we'd want to move, like, our unit of light horsemen. We'd want to move them over here. And then our mangonels, we're going to move out. Yeah, show this guy in his 50 gold. That's wonderful. So the primary issue that this guy has is this trait, right? That's the primary issue. He's not nearly as bad of a situation as our previous ruler was. He's an improvement. And hopefully this doesn't continue down the bloodline too much. That would be unfortunate if it did. For the time being, we should probably consider replacing our cattle pastures for now with stables. And start going down this cavalry line for this castle. That'll be fine for the moment. I would like to get a militia camp building here. Over in Toledo, we could certainly upgrade a militia camp, but I think a better upgrade would be the bellows. We're not super close to that at this point. Our realm priest doesn't endorse us. How much would it cost to get him to endorse us? 165? That's a lot of gold. I think we'll just keep swaying him. That'll be fine. And over here in Toledo, I do want to get this upgrading as soon as possible. That'll be next month tick. So no problem whatsoever there. Cool. So there's bellows going into Toledo. Perfect. So eventually we're going to get a second unit of armored footmen. We're going to upgrade these to heavy cavalry once we have the tech for that. And then we're going to get a second unit of those, and then we're going to go for mangonels, or, well, siege weapons of some variety. So that all seems good. We do have a new stewardship perk that we can take, and we'll take golden obligations. Wonderful. We can negotiate an alliance with our father, which we should do. And that will all be fine. We can ransom off these prisoners. Well, you're considering a proposal. Now we can ransom that prisoner. Cool. So there's an additional 20 gold flowing in. Sure, we'll make him the laughingstock of Toledo. No, that's probably not a good idea. We want him to... This is our archbishop. We want him to like us. 20 opinion of us is actually pretty good here. And that's what we're going to take. So what we're going to check in here now. Yeah, plus 31. So he now endorses us. Not maximally, but that is making us additional money. So that's very, very good. I'm pleased about that one. Alarcos over here, we definitely need to bring up that control level. Control in our capital is on its way up, and those urban fires are going to be slightly painful in Toledo. We'll need to get those cleared out, ideally, fairly soon. But at this point, our primary concern is one of domain limit. Absolutely, we need to get that dealt with. Fanatical recruits, huh? No, let's ease the tension. We'll gain some stress, but we successfully mediated. We don't need to sway our archbishop anymore. That should be fine for the time being. Now I want to go and sway the pope. Perfect. So that'll be fine. We do need to continue to work our way through these castle upgrades. Wow. Any way we do this, we're going to gain a lot of stress. That's unfortunate. And an instant mental break there. We could become a drunkard, and I guess we'll do that. It's certainly not ideal. That's unfortunate. But whatever. I guess it's fine. So, what sort of domain limit do we need overall? Bare minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is a huge domain limit for bare minimum. Of course, some of these are going to be granted out, and that's expected. But that is a very large domain limit. Okay, that's noted. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue working towards this domain situation. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.